Hello guys, Ultra Knight here, and today we're going to be doing a quick review of lore for 40k. What I like, what I don't like, the lore that I think is really interesting, the reason I play certain armies with lore, and the reason I don't play certain armies that I could play. Now, this is a discussion, guys. I want your opinions too. If you can message me and give me a nice long message saying about any lore you like or don't like, I'll make a separate video, and as long as it's not too much alike the one I've just made, and we'll discuss it. I'm happy to do that. We'll just post a comment below saying whether you agree with my comments or not. Basically, guys, I'm starting a new army. I've got 4,000 odd points of Space Marines. I'm going to continue that. I'm going to take up to 5,000 points, but at the moment, I'm happy with 4,000, sorry. And I'm going to start another army and take that to like 2,000, and then I may start a third army, but not for a while yet. Because I need to get to grips with. Because I still feel as though I haven't finished my Space Marine army, tactic-wise. I still feel I can get more out of it. I want to play it more. But I want to start another army and get to grips with that. So, the armies I'm thinking about playing, and this is what we're going to go into on their lore, that's what we're here to do, is Necrons or Eldar. Now, as many of you know, if any of your subscribers or have gone through all my videos or whatever, you'll have seen Eldar tactic reports from Guardians, etc. And I do have a small Eldar force, or at least I used to play Eldar, a small Eldar force. Of about 500 points, I had a Farseer, 3 Guardian squads, a few jet bikes, and a Wraith Guard, Wraith Lord, whatever it's called. The big, I've had the model next to me, I can show you. But anyway, yeah. So basically, I've had Eldar. It's going back a while, and I didn't really like them. Now I'm gonna get a bit of abuse for this. The reason I don't like them is quite simple. The thing that put me off them was their lore. Hence the video. Let me just get comfortable, guys. Basically, the Eldar lore is something along the lines about, recently looking it up. It's basically they conquer the galaxy. They beat all their enemies. Not quite conquer the galaxy, but beat all their enemies, and they decide, hey, what do we do now? We're quite bored. Let's go practice some dark magic, and that's what they do. And they do it for 300 years, and they keep practicing dark magic and all that other naughty stuff, and they worship chaos gods. And eventually, it creates the birth of a chaos god, Slanesh, I believe, and that tears a huge rift between the warp and real space, and kills hundreds of thousands of Eldar. And all the Eldar either leave or they become Dark Eldar and go and hide in the webway. Now, it's a very brief overview. The thing I didn't like about that is it's totally unrealistic, and it makes no sense with the Eldar, or the race they are. The Eldar are all about, well, not all about, but certainly have a big amount of honour. Okay, they love their honour. They certainly don't cower away from a fight. We know that from obviously the Imperium side of the lore. They are prepared to come and attack us, even with a much smaller force. So that just shows, they are up for a fight. And if that's the case, why, when they caused this huge rift in the galaxy, are fed on psychers, their energy, etc., real bad omen, big old chaos god being born, did they just go, well, whoops, let's all go off into Imperium space, or let's all do one off into the Tau space, or let's go just scatter our craft worlds everywhere? It didn't make sense. The Eldar, as a race, would not just go, are bad, and just leave. They would have either, and a few of them did, they would have either launched a huge crusade with what forces they have, and they would have gone in and they would have tried to change things, because at that moment the Horus Heresy hadn't started. So there wasn't millions of Chaos Marines, or hundreds of thousands of Chaos Marines there. At this point it was pretty okay for the Eldar. They could have probably gone in and sorted it out. They could have, or at least tried to, and I think the Eldar would have. Myself. Another thing is they're played really. how to put it, they're made out to be this really weak race, and that's another thing I didn't like, is that in their lore they're made out to be really weak in the sense of how do I explain it? They're all called refugees, eldar refugees. That they're a fraction of their strength. They don't have any more tech. They're dying out because their rebirth cycle takes so long. You know, they've got just enough men to defend their craft worlds, and you know, Beltan, etc. are the only ones that have a bit more, but you know, they're not really up for a fight. They just sort of happen to be in Imperium space, and they don't mind fighting us or the Imperium. And that to me makes them sound quite pathetic. It's like, in all lore terms, it's said that the Eldar can be wiped out if the Imperium just focus their strength, half their strength, on the Eldar. They'd be wiped out, but they can't because they have hundreds more problems. That to me just makes them sound really weak. They're like, they're only existing because the Imperium is too busy to kill them. It's just one of those things that makes you go, Now, and tables versions, obviously, if you play on a table, I've got no problem with Eldar on the actual table. I mean, they're a good army. Can be difficult to play, can be easy to play. Certainly, I would not say they're the hardest army to play. They're certainly, tournament-wise, they can be, but they're just lacking a codex update. And to be fair, that's not a major issue. Just not having a good codex. I mean, when the edition changes, it is definitely an issue. And they're 2 editions behind now, I think. So that, okay, I can see that being a problem, but it's not a major issue. But yeah, I don't mind them on the table. Just their lore for me, it just turned me off them. I was just like, that's pretty pathetic. So, you know, that for me just changed them. I think it would make more sense if the Eldar had a try to take their craft worlds back, etc. That for me would have made it made more sense. It would have, and I didn't like it. Rant over, guys. Moving on. Necrons. Now, take a look at the Necron lore and tell me that doesn't make you go, shit, they're powerful. They're I think they're the second or third army out there, or race rather, in lore terms, that cannot be destroyed by the Imperium, and that if the Imperium focused their entire strength, every ship, every chapter, every regiment, onto the Necrons, they would not be able to defeat them. They're the only race that can stand up to full force of the Imperium, so the lore says. And this is because their old lore used to say that they were just harvesting material for the Catan to eat, and it made them really weak. But the new lore basically says that they have these huge planet-sized ships that, you know, the best in the galaxy. They can travel through the galaxy faster than any other race instantly, faster than the Eldar. They can just basically teleport to anywhere in the galaxy they feel like. Super powerful ships the size of planets. The Empire battle stat or something. It took an entire Astral Knight chapter to destroy their biggest battleship they have, all that is known about. They constantly get back up. You know, they're undead metal soldiers. They're really cool. They're made out to be really strong, and I like that in an army. And they play on the table fantastically. Real challenge, really fun army to play. Not so much anymore because you just have the night size span. And I'm more inclined to get Necrons at the moment. I want your comments on that, guys. I want you to inbox me and say whether you want me to get Eldar or Necrons, and I'll see. Those are the choices. Obviously, put some reasons why, and I'm looking more tactical reasons. But a bit of lore would be nice. Because I've obviously read up on the lore mostly anyway. But yeah, and I'm more inclined to Necrons because they just seem really cool. Like I say, Night Scythe is basically the way to go Necrons, but if I was to get Necrons, I don't think I'm going to go Night Scythe spam, simply because I normally play my Marines at tournaments, because I just prefer my Marines. Depends, mind you though, I see that now. I mean, I might love the Necrons 10 times more, but I'd probably be playing them more in friendly games. And you'll see the games obviously, because I'll upload them, but I don't really want to just Night Scythe spam it. It'd be quite annoying. I'll probably go for heavy infantry list. Yeah, I mean, I've already sort of looked at a list of like Necrons to me are going to be more of a fun army than a tournament base, because I mean Marines, I mean you've got so many more options than Necrons. You can just bring, you know, your Vindicators or your Predators, and all. You've got more options to make a fun or tournament ready list, whereas with Necrons you sort of will go either Night Scythe spam from that ward, thank you very much, or you go for what's the other list I play? Heavy, I think it's Immortals and Warriors. combined with well, it used to be monolith in fourth, but then it got nerfed in fifth, so I'm not sure anymore. I'd have to look it up, guys. I'll be honest with you, I haven't really looked up tournament necrons other than Night Scythe, because obviously that's all that's on bloody internet at the moment, is Night Scythe. Anyway, I'm rambling now, guys. Just a quick one. Like I say, the Eldar lore for me doesn't make sense with them. I want you guys to discuss on that. It doesn't make sense. I'll be doing a few more videos on Imperial Guard lore, Space Marine lore, and just giving my opinions on them. What I think, you know, I mean, I'll be more in depth in this video. Put it that way, guys. This video is half and half. It's 50% what army should I have, 50% about their lore. I'll probably do a more in depth one in the future because it's a really hot topic. I feel. I think their lore is really weak, whereas Necron lore is amazing. Space Marine lore, so why I play Ultramarines in particular chapter, because come on, their lore is just second to none in Space Marines. I mean, Blood Angels can hold a candle to it, but there's just nothing to be done in it. They're pretty much the poster boys for Games Workshop, so all their lore is just insanely good. Anyway, I'll probably do a separate video on Ultramarine lore, just because it's something that interests me. The fact I play Ultramarines. So yeah, guys, give me a message. Make sure you have your opinions, because I want to know them. Yeah, thank you for watching if you got this far, and peace out. Cheers.